Gang, today video has got to be about finding out why Milwaukee has become so violent, and why trying to be who you are not meant to be creates such a backlash for you. Before we do get into this video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Definitely hit that like button, smash that like. That is free. That is free. It don't cost you a thing. And let's dive right into it. Man, gang, shout out to everybody that come to the channel, man. Round of applause for y'all, right? Round of applause for y'all because of the simple fact that I love y'all. Without y'all, it wouldn't be me. Well, by the way, y'all see on my screen, man, I got one of my own local Milwaukee artists, Funny Money. May he rest in peace. Condolences to his family out there. You hear me? Because things out here, man, it just don't get no better. It only get worse. And as it get worse, we see more people hating and hating. And I don't think they can hate anymore. But as we go down this line, man, we can just see how Milwaukee has gotten violent. We got a road rage shooting that took place also. Let's dive into this. I don't think I've seen this. We're gonna watch this together, y'all. Right? Let's go.
Hey, let's do another one. I want a retro music video with me as the main
Or about the woman police say was shot and killed during a road rage incident.
The medical examiner's office has now identified the victim as the 18-year-old who was arrested and remains in custody. Fox 6's Bria Jones spoke with a witness.
24 hours after a deadly road rage shooting Monday afternoon, a Milwaukee family returns to the scene at 10th and Lapham, mourning the loss of a beloved mother, wife, and sister, 44-year-old Minerva Hernandez Lopez.
I was in the parking lot over there in the alley, and I heard about 5 to 6 gunshots.
Jesus Ferreira says he was one of the first people to try to render aid to Hernandez Lopez.
I took off my shirt to try to stop her from keep on bleeding, but there was just way too much blood.
Shattered glass remains here on scene where surveillance video shows the two vehicles stopping after detectives say they were chasing each other moments before the shooting.
She couldn't say anything because she had a gunshot from here, from her face onto her neck, and she just kept pouring blood, and she just bled out.
Police say an 18-year-old woman was arrested. Fox 6 reviewed surveillance video from a neighbor showing the incident. She was uncomfortable sharing the clip publicly. But in the video, we saw two vehicles were following each other when the victim backs up before both cars made a U-turn. Seconds later, Hernandez Lopez gets out of her vehicle and collapses in the street.
It's traumatizing, but we as a city, we need to come together and stop all this, senseless act of violence. It's not worth losing someone.
Now that's wild, y'all. That's real wild. Because at the end of the day, he said one thing at the end that was so, right. And he done multiple things that was right, that was correct. He tried to save the life. But what he said was we need to learn how to come together. And I think that's what this is boiling down to, America. It's too much violence in our city, man. I remember back when it was a time, it wasn't this violent. You understand what I'm saying? It was not this violent. It was perfectly fine. We were all able to go outside as children. You see, I'm a 90s baby. We was all able to go outside. We was all able to walk to our friend's house, ride the bikes. For Christ's sake, do y'all remember when people used to go out and just ride bikes? Now, don't get it twisted. People are still doing that right now today. We got a lot of families that's still out there enjoying themselves, but from the perspective of they're in a different environment. They're not in the hood where we at. Ladies and gentlemen, they're not in the hood where we at in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. See, in the Midwest up here, things get to going topsy-turvy, things get to tipping over, things get to going crazy, and a lot of times you got to be paying close attention and watching your surroundings, because you get scenarios and situations like this that just took place, you feel me? And these are called road rage incidents. Now road rage incidents only happen when you got one or the other person who's not willing to put the anger or whatever it is that's upsetting them on that day or that started to upset them that day, they're not willing to put that to the side. So therefore they get the lashing out on everybody else because they don't know how to control those emotions. You understand what I'm saying? And when you can't control your emotions, gang, that's a scary sight. condolences to the 44-year-old woman family, because I hate that this had to happen to a precious soul like hers, who was a loving wife, a mom, and a daughter. And at the end of the day, the person who was took to jail, a young, dumb 18-year-old, you feel me? You need your ass handed to you. You feel me? They need to put you under the jail. Yeah. Boo her. Because at the end of the day, that shit wasn't even cause for. It was other ways and situations that you could have went about handling this. At the end of the day, you didn't even have to have road rage. You could have kept your goofy ass driving where you was headed. You understand what I'm saying? And everything would have been fine. Everything would have went fine. Nowadays, a lot of people don't believe in that. I see a lot of people right now that don't believe in, if you just let the universe handle everything for you, let your God handle everything for you, everything will work out in a way and in a fashion that it's supposed to work out, gang. Not when you're trying to narrate the situation. Shit don't work that way. When you get to trying to narrate a situation, gang, and you don't let things flow like water, you know what I'm saying? You don't take the least resistant path. Oh my God, it's a topsy-turvy day for you, gang. You're going to receive all types of hell behind that. You understand what I'm saying? And I think that's what this young lady deserved. The woman who shot this lady and killed her and took her life. I be saying that time and time again. I hate people out there who's bullies and think that they got the right and the ownership to take somebody's life, who think they got the right and the ownership over people's souls, and who believe that, look, I got the choice to take you out right now, right here today, and fuck what you talking about, fuck how your family gonna feel behind it. I don't like them type of people, man. That pissed me off. That pissed me off because you think you the sheriff of the town or something. You think you run this motherfucker. They got a place for motherfuckers like you, young lady, and young men out there. Because, boy, I tell you, they giving them young boys out there, they giving them boys football numbers, gang. Football numbers. When I say football numbers, it's a scary sight. Yes, I seen a TikTok reel, and somebody was, uploading, I guess, a schematic of a whole bunch of clips where young black men, African-American men, who threw their life away just to go catch a body or just to go catch a hat to, you feel me, prove their worthiness to their crew members or their teams or their boys, you feel me, getting 346 years, 281 years, and then they start crying and shit, and I'm like, no, don't cry now. Do not start crying now, man. No, because you was a badass when it was going down. That shit was popping in you when you was doing it, when you was taking part in whatever you was taking part in. That shit was cracking. I bet shit was on the flow then. I bet you that shit was on the flow. You understand what I'm saying? And now these cats, they get to catching these bodies, and then when they get caught up, oh my God, they crying crocodile tears, gang. But the whole time when they was with the boys and the mob, they wasn't out there talking about they weren't crying none of that shit. They wasn't talking about no sad shit. They wasn't trying to, talk it out, show peace, show love, none of that. They was out there some of the toughest niggas. You understand what I'm saying? Some of the toughest niggas, and them be the same ones who they got a spot for. Like I told y'all, where old girlfriend to go. Y'all see them trucks right there? They got a spot for y'all. MPD is picking y'all dumb ass up. Let's keep going.
Life over road rage.
In Milwaukee, Bria Jones, Fox 6 News.
Thank you, Bria. At last check, the 18-year-old woman arrested in this particular case has not been identified. The Milwaukee Police Department says charges have been referred to the district attorney's office.
Now, y'all know why they ain't gonna identify her, because they don't want nobody going after her family. And you know what I'm saying? They know people will go after your motherfucking family, right? See, in Milwaukee, gang, some people do that. If something happened to you, or you done something to somebody, gang, and they really want to come get you back, my nigga, they gonna get your address offline. They gonna go to the court records and get your address. You feel me? Because all of it's public. They gonna go right there and get that shit, and then they gonna be looking for you or your family members. Because y'all know the saying, if they can't get you, they gonna catch one of your family members. We finna dive into this one, though. I don't think I seen this one, y'all, and I don't think I showed y'all this one. Let's dive into it real fast. You understand?
Have you ever wanted to see your home from space? With this free satellite Earth Maps tool, you can zoom right.
The cash bond is set at $1 million for the man police say held a stranger hostage inside the Waukesha Mire last month.
Waukesha County reporter Brett Lemoyne shares some new details he learned today about the case.
Prosecutors say 21-year-old Anthony Lehman took a complete stranger hostage last month inside the men's room at the Meijer store in Waukesha. Prosecutors Prosecutors say he also threatened to slit the wrists of not only a store manager, but also many other customers inside the store.
Now, hold on,
Prosecutors charged him
gang.
with
The man room is crazy, right? Taking hostage in there. What the fuck you finna do, Twin Big Blood? What?
first-degree reckless injury, false imprisonment, 3 counts of second-degree recklessly endangering safety, and terrorist threats. On July 30th, Waukesha police say Lehman called 911 saying he had a hostage inside the Meijer on Sunset. Police say Lehman was armed with, quote, a dead man's switch, which is described as a spring clamp with 2 razor blades on it. Lehman also had a knife. He took a, quote, completely random man hostage in the restroom and could be heard on the phone giving the 59-year-old man orders and threatening to hurt him if he didn't cooperate. Police say he gave the man glue and told him to glue his hands to the floor. On the phone, Lehman asked a negotiator to send hypnotists to the store. Someone told a manager that they heard some concerning things coming from inside the restroom. Investigators say the 59-year-old man got out and chased Lehman with a belt through the store. Police say Lehman approached a married couple in the produce section and tried to cut their wrists. When officers arrived, they said they found Lehman with a knife in his hand, raised over his head like he was going to slash the 59-year-old. Police shot Lehman 3 times in the abdomen and arm. Investigators say one of the bullets unintentionally hit the victim's thumb, which led to the man no longer having a thumb above his knuckle.
You went in and caused utter chaos. You caused bloodshed. I'm sure you caused an immeasurable amount of psychological damage.
In the hospital, investigators asked Lehman why he did it. He allegedly told them he did it for leverage, but didn't describe any details.
Now, right away, y'all gotta know that's some of the craziest shit ever, gang. I ain't gonna lie to you. Because first off, man, like, what the fuck was you thinking, man? You take people hostage, right? Take them to the men's room, you know, and right away you tell this nigga to glue his hands to the motherfucking floor. Like, what the fuck type of shit is this? That's a different robbery tactic. I have never seen nothing like that, gang, in my life. I never heard nobody come in there and tell you, hey, look, glue your goddamn hands to the floor. You feel me? This shit is on the floor right now. Glue your shit to the floor. I'm not playing with you, gang. I need all that. And then he walk up to a married couple after getting chased, my nigga, by the man who you glued to the floor, my nigga, with a belt. He chased your ass like you was a little ass boy through the store, man. Like, make that make sense, gang. And at the end of the day, you walk up to a married couple trying to cut their wrist. Now, the most tripped out part is that the man chased this man. He got out. So the glue he had must have not been working well, gang. The glue that nigga had, nigga, you should have used some Gorilla Glue or something, my nigga. Like, you should have used Gorilla Glue. Because at the end of the day, that nigga wouldn't have got up off that floor, you know? And that's why I don't understand, like, gang, like, what the fuck type of shit is that? Look, who even finna sit and risk their life to go through something like that? Like, why are you even taking him hostage? Do he got some money or something? That's what I want to know. Did that man have some money, a lot of money? Did you know this man or something that you was finna take him hostage and do what to him? What you gonna do? You understand? I want to know. And then you leave the bathroom and try to get other people harmed and hurt. Like, gang, these people is losing their fucking minds out here, man. That's why I said I think it's synthetic frequencies that's floating around out here. I think the government is pushing them frequencies out, gang. You know, you can't tell me no otherwise. You can't. Because why is they doing dumb shit like this? Everywhere we look, somebody doing something dumb, somebody committing a dumb crime because of their anger or their emotions is getting the best of them. And that's another thing I don't understand. It's a lot like in my community in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, man, a black man is going crazy with doing dumbass crimes. I mean, don't get it twisted. Black men been doing dumb shit for years. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I'm just saying. But it's like now it's more so than ever. Like, the young ones too, and older people doing shit too. Don't get it twisted. There's some old heads out here, I guess, who just like, fuck my life. I ain't got nothing, no purpose, nothing to live for. And, you know, I want to throw everything away. So, you know, I'm finna go do some dumb ass shit, kill one of these young motherfuckers or kill somebody that I know. You understand what I'm saying? The bad part about that is, though, all the crimes that's taking place, these people are doing crimes to people they know. You know what I'm saying? Majority of them, a lot of people, they commit these crimes to people they once trusted or trusted them, people they built bridges with, family members, things of that nature. And I'm trying to understand, like, what the fuck will possess you to do such a thing, gang? What'll possess you, my nigga? Like, my nigga, you ain't no loyal friend. You ain't no fair weather family member. No, you know, like, and the shit just wild in Wisconsin, gang. Shout out to everybody else who is living life and they enjoying the life they live in a positive mind frame and in a positive state of mind, because, you know, in the times we living in right now, gang, you really got to stay positive. You got to keep your head up at all times. You can't be slothing or slacking, or, you know what I'm saying, loafing around, because a motherfucker always watching you and they always looking to take what you got, because they can't get what you got, right? That's true shit. They can't get what you got, so they got to take what you got. You know, a lot of this shit though, to me, it be crazy, man. It be crazy, right? And like I said, somebody did a video about my city. Let's watch this, man. Let's watch this. Shout out to Shadow Crime. Let's check this out, y'all. Let's dive into it.
Design it and put it on their store within 5 minutes. It's actually insane. But before I get into that, I feel like
since like 2013, 14, but I'm like, man, I'm too knee deep in this shit. I'm really hands-on. I'm really hustling. I'm in the trenches every day, all day. Sleep in the car, serving, riding around, serving all day, man. I eat, sleep, shit, that shit. So
family identified one of the victims as a Milwaukee rapper. The scene unfolded this afternoon inside a building near 31st and Cameron. 12 News' Jasmine Franklin is live on the big story here at 10. Jasmine, it was certainly a very emotional scene there tonight.
You ever have that gut feeling when someone tells you be safe and you have no idea it's the last thing you'll ever say to them? That's exactly what happened to a family in Milwaukee this week. And honestly, this one hits different because it's not just one life that was cut short. It's two, a mentor and a young man who looked up to him, gone in the same afternoon, in the same building. And right now, nobody outside of the police department really knows why. Before we get into this, if you're new,
right away, shout out to Shadow Crime. You feel me? Right away, shout out to Shadow Crime for this one. You know, condolences to Funny Money. Condolences to the family. May he rest in heaven. The motherfucker who did that to him, may he forever get what he deserved coming to him. You understand what I'm saying? Because like I said, black man, we got to stop killing each other. Y'all killed him and not knowing that man signed the deal just a few months ago, and he could have put the city on. You understand what I'm saying? That's possibly what he was going to do, put the city on. You understand? 9 times out of 10, he was going to go around and get a few guys that probably make his team more stronger, that probably make his team and they selves more stronger, and put some money in their pockets off of the talent they got, because this young man was so smart. Funny Money was an intelligent guy because he got himself a deal, you know. And that's a lot of times, a lot of guys in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, that's why they hate on you, because they couldn't do it. You understand? They couldn't do it. Hey, I gotta say it like it is. That's the truth. They couldn't do it. So you got a motherfucker who will hate on him, and then he looking good, he's shining, he's smelling good, got money on him and all that. So, you know, people don't like that, gang. People hate that. Yeah, they hate when you looking good and you fresh, and definitely in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. So, you know, it's not really good to have a lot of friends no more. It's not really good to have a lot of friends. I'm not saying that's what took place with him, but I'm just telling y'all from this point on, don't have a lot of niggas around you, nor a lot of bitches. Them bitches too, they mouth runners. All they do is go pillow talk, and they sleeping around with the next nigga, and they get that next nigga all your information, my boy. And next thing you know, you getting backed up, right? I'm not saying this happened to him, but I'm saying I have seen this. I witnessed this. I have friends I done lost, you know, to shit like that because they weren't paying attention and keeping their eyes open. And at the end of the day, this earth school, you know, we here to learn. Whoever was hating on him, though, you know, they deserve to get what they wished on him. You know what I'm saying? Because karma do come back to you. Good karma and bad karma. Y'all got to recognize that, gang. At the end of the day, everything you speak and think happens. You feel me? Real life. So let's keep going.
here, welcome to Shadow Crime. And listen, I say this every time. Okay, let's talk about what we actually know. Monday, August 17th, around 3:40 in the afternoon, Milwaukee police get called out to a building near 31st and Cameron on the city's north side. Some reports say it was near a warehouse, close to Tonya and Hampton. When officers get there, they find two men already gone. One of them is 33 years old. The other victim wasn't identified right away, but we now know who he was. And that's where this story starts to break your heart a little. The 33-year-old was a local Milwaukee rapper known as Funny Money. And when I say local, I mean he was known, he was loved, he had people in the city who genuinely cared about him. His sister Quita spoke to reporters at the scene, and you could hear in her voice, she said he loved music, he loved his family, he loved everybody. That's not just a nice thing you say about somebody after they're gone. That's usually the truth people default to when someone really was that way in life. But here's the part that's going to sit with you. His nephew, who everyone calls TJ, told reporters that the last thing he ever said to his uncle was, "I love you, be safe." Just think about that for a second, not knowing that's a goodbye. TJ called him his right-hand man. That's family. That's real. And now,
you know, that's deep. That's deep, man. It is, man. It's deep. And like I said, it's a lot of hate going on in my city, gang. It is. It's a lot of hate. And it's even deeper when you got to know that that's the last thing you said to somebody you truly, dearly love. Definitely somebody you look up to. Somebody who probably come through for you all the time. You feel me? Every time they see you, they hit you with some money or something, and they bless you like that. You understand what I'm saying? Like, dog, that's hard to take an L like that, man. But I'm going to tell you something. Losing him wasn't an L though. He made it out of this treacherous ass world from all these other hating ass niggas. Now, you feel me? He's in paradise. You understand what I'm saying? He ain't got to be out here with these jealous, fake ass niggas. You feel me? Who was once around him. The man work ethic was, I'm talking about unmatched. His work ethic was unmatched, gang. Just simple as that. Can nobody do what he was doing? That's why he had his own studio and he was recording his own shit. You feel me? When I got my own studio and I started recording my own self, and then me and my son started learning how to shoot my own videos, gang, it was over. So I can understand that. That's when I felt like my work ethic was unmatched. Like right now today, I still record and produce and engineer my own music, gang. I don't do my beats yet, but he was doing the same thing. And that's a genius. That's an entrepreneur. I don't care how you look at it. That's an entrepreneur, you know? So I say that to say, man, niggas in my city need to stop with all the hating. Start connecting with people, gang. You feel me? This the age of Aquarius. Start connecting with more people. Start trying to branch out and build yourself. Stop hating. Stop hating on your next door neighbors. You feel me? Our creator said, love your neighbors like you love yourself. You feel me? You feel me? Honor your neighbor. Honor them. Love them. You feel me? And all of us are neighbors. All of us are each other neighbors, gang. We all are the same. We all are one. And at the end of the day, some of you niggas act like we in a jungle and act like we are all separate, acting like we enemies, my nigga. Black people, wake the fuck up. Men in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, women in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, wake the fuck up. We ain't enemies, my nigga. Once we learn to work together and come together, shall we overcome anything that get pushed against us or get put in front of us as an obstacle for us not to be able to hurdle over. You understand what I'm saying? Anyway, man, I love y'all, man. Y'all make sure y'all keep y'all head up. Share this message, share this video, and every day, if you can, or if you can't do it once a week, try to always tell somebody something positive, some great positive advice, something that can help them benefit. You ain't always got to give out $1, you understand what I'm saying? But something that can help them benefit, something that can change their life, because that's all it takes. All it takes is some great advice. All it takes is I love you. All it takes is are you okay? And that'll help them in so many ways, shapes, forms, and fashion, gang. Anyway, I love y'all, man. I'm out.